Good morning. It's Saturday and we have lots of advent calendars to do today. I have this laid out. Oh, can you even see? This is shadow here. You can see from the stack of my 8 calendars. But today I want to start with the cloudberries one because we'll finally finish this top strip and then we'll start building up tomorrow as it goes down. So let's get to it. Welcome everybody. Say hi in the chat. Okay, day 6. Trivia. Near Utrecht in the Netherlands, there is a man-made island shaped like the puzzle piece. I never knew that. And now I have to go there. Huh. I wonder why that hasn't been more talked about. I'm going to have to look it up after this. Has anybody ever been there? Does anybody know what this island is called? Good morning, Nikita. What are you puzzling today? Did you already do your Ravensburger Advent? Because if you haven't, then I have to move that to the bottom of my stack. How's everybody else doing? It's quiet in my house today. It's supposed to be busy, but as it turned out, my husband and my child are on a road trip for the day to go and pick up new pets from a breeder a couple hours away. So it's very exciting. I have to see what they come back with. So I get to just puzzle quietly at home, which I am not complaining about. Because usually the house is just so busy. Alright, so this one goes up here, so again we should find the leaf pieces. Oh, there's going to be a side border this time. Totally forgot about that. I've been so used to just building the top pieces. Where's the corner? There's a corner piece. Cobble Hill, you can sit on the floor. I haven't done it yet, but I don't mind spoilers anymore. Haha. I think I've done that puzzle. That's the one with a lot of cats in it, isn't it? And they're all over the room. My team and I did that as a practice puzzle before the California State Championship. I believe I have... Did I put a time lapse of that up? I'm behind on my posting. I don't remember what videos I have and haven't put up yet. But yeah, we did do that. That was a cute one. Let me see. Get these leaves done and I can work on to the more fun bits. Good morning, Dana Russell. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday. Do you have anything going on right now? Or is it just chill time where you're getting ready for the day? Fun because I expected this morning to be a lot more hectic because we have family plans late in the day and I have a bunch of other things going on, but somehow I managed to put off some stuff, delay some stuff, and now it's quiet. Good morning, Sue. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a good start to your weekend. I'm almost done with today's cloudberries. Because it's a corner section, it's a little bit easier. And there we go. Let's see. Let's put this up here. It's down. And we finished the bird. It's sitting next to the wrapped gift. More ornaments. And looks like more flowers down below. So, yeah. That was fun. It's very pretty. I love this art style. Do they say who the artist is? This box has very little information. Oh, I think there's some on the back, but I have to close this box up before I turn it around. Let's see. Artwork by Vicky Ling. Very cool. Now I know. Alright, let's put this down here. And then bring in the glow in the dark version. I actually did manage to take a picture of it last night. A video. I posted it on Instagram this morning, and it shows this whole strip and then the glow in the dark version. It's really pretty. So where's that? Oh no, it's at the bottom of my stack. I have to do some shuffling. Here we go. Let's see, day 6. It is a puzzle. It says, reflect on this. Oh, there's a string of characters. 30T3L, but the L is backwards. T21, M21, T1. Well, if I'm supposed to reflect on this and put it in a mirror, that would read from right to left, but IT, it, 1, 2, more like IS, is, MISTLETOE. It is mistletoe. The fact that they used numbers instead of letters is confusing, because then when you reflect it, you're like, oh, that looks like the 3 looks like an E reflected, and the 2 looks like an S reflected. But the L was what tipped me off to that. So it's a decent puzzle. All right, I'm guessing this picture today is going to be mistletoe. Although I suppose if I was more botanically inclined, I probably would have been able to guess that from the leaves that poke out here. So let's take a look. I remember one Christmas or visiting some family in Texas, I think, at the time. And they were going to go out and harvest mistletoe. And I was like, you can just harvest it? I was so surprised. And then they taught me what it looked like. Like the trees that have lost their leaves for winter. Sometimes you see these bunches of foliage just growing in them. You can see them because they're like, the trees are empty except for these bunches, and apparently that's mistletoe. We didn't get any that day, so I didn't get to see it close up, but that's what they told me. I haven't verified that for myself, but that's just a tidbit that maybe you can find useful if you have any growing near you. It's funny how I've always associated mistletoe with Christmas, but I've never actually bought any mistletoe. I've seen it in the stores sometimes, like little packages of it. I've never put any up. Does anybody actually put up mistletoe? Here we go. This one's very green again today, but there's plenty of shapes, so we're going to have to do a little shape work. No, it's in like detail work. You can find, there's a name for this, right? That's not it. I like this section with the little berries, at least that helps. Okay, so that is there, and then a little bit of the border here. This one should glow really nicely too, because of all the green. I can feel all the green dots along the edge of the leaves. Those are glow in the dark paint. There's a little bit of brown border there, just to make things a little more approachable. So I appreciate that sort of design consideration for puzzling. Make it challenging but not frustrating. as always, again, because I'm doing this in the daytime, I can't show you immediately what they look like glowing. But yeah, if you check out my Instagram account, you see the other 5 days. This one will be really pretty when it's done and put up on the wall somewhere. Especially like in the evening when you just have maybe a fire going or something. I have a fireplace and I only really burn it in the winter. And there we go. It feels really cool because you can feel the texture of the print. There's some glow-in-the-dark puzzles where the glow-in-the-dark paint feels really weird and sticky, but this one's kind of nice. It's a pleasant texture. So that's the mistletoe. And I want today to do the ugly sweat. So this one's a 15-day calendar. So I kind of got confused as to what sort of schedule I wanted to follow on this one. All right, I should move these out of the way. There you go. So I actually planned it out. So we're gonna go. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I missed it. So I have this whole schedule now. It's gonna be alternate days until it gets late enough, and I'll do it every day to finish up on the 24th. So that's my plan. So today is the 6th. I'm gonna do this one. Oh, where are my scissors? I don't know where my scissors are. I'll have to use a penknife. So, Boardwalk, an American brand. Cloudberries, the last two I did were an English brand. There we go. Nikita, if you're still there, I was looking into getting the Pelican Moomin puzzles, and there are not a lot of places that would ship it to the US. It's not cheap either, so maybe it will have to wait till the next time I travel to Europe and maybe get someone there to mule it for me. We'll see. I'm already grateful I can get puzzles from the UK and Australia without too much expense. So, and then occasionally Asian puzzles like Pintu, Beverly. Actually, there's a bunch of Japanese brands that I really like. On my last trip to Japan 6 years ago, I went to a store, a really big department store, and their puzzle section was the biggest I've ever seen up to then. I spent an hour just trying to narrow it down to what I could reasonably bring home with me. Yeah, I still tell people about the store if they are ever going to Japan. I mean, puzzlers, I guess. Most people be like, why would I buy jigsaw puzzles from another country? But if you're a puzzler, you understand because different countries have different puzzles. Alright, what am I making here? I think some Americans are coming to Finland for Finnish nationals. Oh! Do you know who they are? I might have to get in touch with them. Is Kyle one of them? Alright, this says Snowmies. And when are the Finnish nationals? It's very exciting. Will you be taking part? The US nationals will be in about 3 months. Oh goodness, it's coming up soon. I guess I need to start actually practicing. Well, after Christmas. Let's have a little break for now. Alright, let's see. There's this orange part here. Oh, there's a word here. Chilling with my Snowmies. So much attitude. Very cute. Oh, here's a musical note. And it's a snowman. notice lots of bright yellow features in this puzzle. Alright, this looks like it must be a different snowman. There's more than one radio. Okay. I wish he was. I can message you about it because I'm not sure they've announced it yet or 100% coming. Okay, thanks. That's cool. I love that puzzlers are like just showing up in different parts of the world puzzling. Like when we first had our US Nationals, we had puzzlers. Like Kiara showed up from Germany. And Dion from Australia was there too. And now Daphne from Germany often shows up in events. And she comes just to puzzle, to volunteer, which is so amazingly generous of her. She doesn't like compete; she just volunteers and helps out and makes the events just possible. So, yeah, international puzzling is cool. And then through medium like the streaming, I got to know Nikita because she was doing the watch parties for the world championships a few months ago, and I would just log in and listen to her talk about worlds, which was fun. Kind of like what I'm doing now. Just I'm not talking about worlds, but I'm just rattling on. But it was nice being a part of a group that was doing something together, even if you were just at home alone. And then I was missing worlds because I'd been to it previously, but I didn't go this year. But, there's big changes afoot, so who knows what will happen next year. On the World's site, so many different championships have been announced. And I'm like, ooh, do I want to go to Germany? Ooh, do I want to go to China? Oh, there's all these events going on. And again, it gives me more FOMO than I used to have. But I'm like, I can't just go to China next month. I'm a planner. I don't like taking on big projects without a lot of planning. But maybe I'll think about it for next year or the year after that. And I do enjoy that the option is available to me, even if I don't ever take part, make use of it. It was my first time watching live. It was so fun, except my internet kept getting angry. Oh yes, I remember that now. It worked out. You were doing it on Twitch, and Twitch, it worked out. I didn't have a problem with it. We figured it out. And also there was the regular live stream where I ended up just having that running in another window, but I preferred the audio from yours because you were talking. And it was more like a chat because you were listening, you were seeing what other people were saying and responding as well. All right, how many snowmen are there in here? 2, 3? 3, I think. There we go. That's making more sense now. All right, so there's going to be a bunch of white. And is this a sleeve? What is this? This one's a cute puzzle. It's not the traditional Christmas style, but I do like that there is a diversity in image styles. Alright, where's this yellow bar coming from? Alright, this is probably the bottom. Oh look, does it match? It matches up. Alright, they were kind. They didn't put way too much white. Okay, so this goes here, yes. Okay, so that's the start of that one sleeve. Maybe this is the other sleeve? Nope, don't know yet. That goes there. This is the neckline. This is such a cute little puzzle. Oh, I guess the sleeves, cuffs are white as well. Oh, the cuffs are purple, but the part of the sleeve is white. I still want to know where this music note goes. There's a snowflake. Alright, I can't find out yet. Let's finish up the bottom part of this snowman. Oh, they're standing on snow. Nope. What does that not fit? Because that goes there, that goes there. I should pay closer attention to that. That goes there. Oh, hey, one more piece of the text. Still don't know which sleeve is which. It is super cute, Nikita. I do agree with that. It's like different style. All the advents I have such different puzzle styles. It's like having a daily buffet of different flavors. How lucky am I? I like variety. Okay. We're in the home stretch. I can actually see the pieces by shape now. Still don't know where this one goes. Yes. Oh, there it is. And that means that goes there. The stuff around the bottom always confuses me. And there we go. Chilling with my snowmies. Well, I don't have snow, so I can't build any snowmen where I am. But this is cute. Well, in January, I have 2 occasions where I'm visiting cities with snow. Maybe I'll do snow then. Because first I'm going to Boston for a puzzle hunt. And then after that I'm going to Minnesota for the St. Paul Winter Carnival. And some years there's tons of snow and some years it's just cold. So we'll see. Alright, so this is Tales of Christmas by Gibsons. And it's from the UK as well. Let's see what we got today. So far the first 5 days, every puzzle that's come out has been a different shape. I will show you the board in a minute. That is so cute. I'd wear the sweater. I love the sweater advent, yes. You know, they should totally publish patterns for these sweaters. Wouldn't it be a crazy project? I'm sure there's some knitters among the puzzlers. I knit. I haven't knitted in a number of years, but I learned how to knit fairly early on because I saw my mom knitting and I was like, teach me how to use these things. It looks magical, like just you wave these 2 sticks around and fabric appears. So yes, I know how to knit. I suppose there's probably software to take a design like that and turn it into an actual pattern too nowadays. But I am busy puzzling these days. Fun boardwalk shaped. Hi Scrabble Jake, it's good to see you. Let's see, I don't know what today's puzzle shape is going to be. Oh, you know what? I do know. I recognize it. It's going to be a gift shape. On a side note, a friend actually has an extra copy of this boardwalk advent calendar. If anybody is still looking to buy one, for either to start late or to rush through, or even for next year, send me a message if you want to purchase it. Otherwise, I was just going to help them sell it for sometime next year. And okay, so looks like we're in a forest somewhere. There's a little red fox and a little red bird. I learned recently that the fox is one of the signature motifs for the artist Amy Stewart. She always apparently hides a fox inside her puzzles. I think it's pretty cool that different artists have different like signature elements. Do you know of any others that do? Because I haven't really heard of it much before. You can tell a lot of artists from their styles, but you know, hiding a signature piece in this takes it a step further. But that goes that way for sure. Knit and puzzling. I can't do both at the same time. I'm looking for a puzzle pattern to knit. Huh. I feel like I've seen someone post a puzzle pattern recently. I mean, the knit pattern is fairly grid-like. Is it hard to like just take a pattern, lay a grid over, and sort of like extrapolate from there? If not, have you checked Ravelry? I feel like Ravelry has like so many patterns that there has to be something for puzzles there. And definitely can't do both at the same time, just your hands. But I used to work in a place where if you were in a meeting where you were just having to listen, in fact, sometimes people might knit because their hands would be not doing anything during the meeting, they were just listening. And it wasn't frowned upon or anything, so because as long as they were paying attention and still contributing meaningfully, it's really just a way to keep your hands busy. I thought that was cool that the culture allowed that. But sometimes people want the appearance of working, not just the actual work. So it's a forest. Oh, those pine leaves went in the opposite direction from what I expected. And let's see if I can flip it over on the back. Yeah. Oh, and zoom in on the little bird. All right, let me grab the puzzle board with the other pieces. Let's see. Here we go. So these are the days 1 through 5. And here's number 6. And so I'll just keep, at some point they're going to have to repeat the shapes, and I'll be able to stack them up. But for now, I'll have them all on this board. And I have to do this very carefully because the other day I had the Ravensburger and Reverie pieces on a board like this, and they slipped off and I ended up with a pile. Alright, where can I put the safety? Be right back. Okay, let's do was itch. Alright, today is day 6. Yeah. Music at Christmas, and there's a stage, and the band is called the Snowflakes. And let's see the picture of an elf on an actual elf. And there they go, let's see what happens to them. There's the yeah, flat pattern on odd knits. I have to figure out how to extrapolate it to crown of top one day. Oh, you're gonna make like one of those winter hats, winter beanies. Huh, that'll be challenging. I do have a puzzle winter beanie, but it's made from those stretch polar fleece, which is printed with puzzle patterns. So that one is definitely easier. You've given yourself an interesting challenge. I'm definitely share it online when you're done. I would love to see that. Let's see. So let's put together the pink stuff. I put away the box. So okay, I'll leave this up so people can see what we're working on. And let's do this. Oh, I see brown fur, which means a reindeer has joined them on stage. I mean, that is the theme of this puzzle. Reindeer rumpus. I once saw reindeer at a zoo. They brought in guest reindeer or something, I guess. And they were huge. Reindeer are really big animals. And then I was once in Alaska and I saw a moose up close. And he was pretty terrifying. He was also really big. I'm not much of an outdoors person, so I don't see a lot of big animals. Usually in captivity. So yeah. Although in California, when you go like Yosemite, there's a lot of buffalo, and they always tell you stay far, far away from it because they are unpredictable wild animals, and you don't want to be anywhere close to them when they change their mind about what they're doing. Yosemite also has bears, and you're always given lots of precautions to never leave food in your car, never leave food out at your campsite. There are these like bear-proof boxes that come with like a special latch that way you need thumbs to operate, so it's bear-proof because bears don't have thumbs yet. Alright, oh, there's a wait, my husband and I went for a walk once and a giant moose just walked by us. Finland is wild. You have just, okay. And, oh, that's amazing. But, you know, I guess if they're native there, it makes sense. I live in a city, so the biggest thing that shows up in the scariest thing that showed up in cities was a mountain lion, a baby mountain lion many years ago showed up, like, because we are kind of close to the mountains. By close, it's like, it's a very urban place, but then if you drive a little, the mountains are still there, and we don't really relocate the wildlife that far away. But so, that's crazy. A moose. So, alright, yes, this yellow stuff is being worn by one of the people. Let's put him together. Yeah, my sister was in Yosemite recently, and they encountered a bear. And I saw the video, it's like, they were smart enough to get far away, out of the way before it got too close. But still, I guess wherever you are in the world, you always have to be mindful that you're sharing the space with non-humans. Or are there two people with the same jacket print? Is that their band uniform? That's what it is. Okay, so here's the guitarist. And here's that. And here's this person here. And alright, it's definitely taking shape. I'll keep the moose if it means no mountain lions. Well, a baby mountain lion is really just like about the size of a cat, I think. It's not like a lion an African lion that you would see on, TV. Mountain lions are, it's another name for cougars. Cougars, pumas, and mountain lions are apparently all the same animal with different names. I don't know why, and I don't know why all of the names have stuck around. But yeah, I think it sounds scarier than it is. Mountain lion. It's just like a cougar. Not that I've actually want to see them up close either. We saw a coyote once in my neighborhood, and then I get really worried about leaving my dogs out because they can jump fences. Yeah, and so even like if they were in my yard, my fenced-in yard, the coyote could jump a fence and get my dogs because my dogs are tiny and very silly. And that goes there. My neighborhood email group, if people see mountain lions, they usually send out warnings. Alright, so there's the band. And this person, okay, this is just a child, a very naughty child, pulling out the cables. And a reindeer. Does it say Donnie? His headband says Donnie. It's Donnie. It's joined in for the performance. Did the other reindeers have headbands with names on it, or was it just this one? Hang on, let me get the stack off. I'm now keeping them in a box so that if they slide, they stay in the box. Oh goodness, my box is tight. Hang on. Oh my goodness, I totally missed that detail. So, This is way too. This also says Donnie. Has Donnie just been getting around? Well, this one doesn't have a reindeer. Oh dear, these pieces, these are not staying together well enough for me to do this. You know what? At least it's contained in this box. I thought I could pick them up, but I should have taken more care of that. Let's see. Alright, I'll still put this in here. I know I can pick it up if I just be very gentle. There we go. And I'll have to get a magnifying glass and see if that those can't be both the same reindeer, but maybe it is. All right, let's see. This will be safe down here. I'll play tambourine in the band. That was my first instrument, tambourine. I had a tambourine as a kid. I loved it. I don't know what happened to it. Now that you reminded me of that, I still remember it. I don't even have a picture of that. I don't have good rhythm. My family would be like, no, you cannot play the tambourine. In fact, yeah, I clap off key, off beat. I sing off key. I'm a terrible musician, even though I took piano lessons for like 12 years. Hey, today is Finland. Finland, Christmas sauna. That's a thing, okay. Waskitch reindeers can hang with the boardwalk snowmies. Oh my gosh, such a party. I should like do a diorama. I should do a diorama of some kind with the puzzles when I'm done. And anyway, Nikita, tell me whether this is legit and call me out if I mispronounce anything. Let's see. Going to the sauna on Christmas Eve is a cherished Finnish tradition that brings relaxation, peace, and harmony before the festivities begin. Cooling off by rolling in the snow between sessions is said to cleanse your body and soul, but a cold shower works just as well if that feels too extreme. Well then, even a cold shower seems pretty extreme to me. It's also Finnish Independence Day. Today? Or at Christmas? And do you do this Finnish sauna? Do you like go roll in the snow after you get all nice and toasty? And look, it's got a aurora in the background. Let's put this one together. I've always wanted to see the aurora live. Someday I'll make it. It's nice to have goals. Okay. This one's pretty. I grew up in the tropics, so I'm not a big fan of the cold. Even though I went to school in Boston for 4 years and tolerated extreme cold. But I figured, education was important. And it was temporary, just 4 years. And then after that, I figured, LA has warm weather. It's practically summer year-round there. And that's why I'm here instead of like in a more tech-heavy area like San Francisco, which was my field. Yes, or jumping in a frozen lake. Today is Independence. Oh, happy Independence Day. I've only taken a sauna a couple times. We have one connected to our shower. You have one right there and you've only done it a couple of times. And so you do jump in a lake, a frozen lake. Well, to each their own. More power to you with that. That sounds unpleasant. But I suppose, I once sat in a friend's hot tub after helping him pack stuff for his move. A bunch of us were there. And then I got out and suddenly I didn't feel cold, even though it was like late in the year. So I suppose the body does have a slight tolerance for extreme changes. And it surprised me a lot because I was like expecting to be cold once I got out. But I was like, oh, there's this residual heat. Again, coming from a tropical background, I wasn't aware of such things, of how the body handles temperature. Fun fact about Finland. There are more saunas in Finland than houses. How is that even a thing? Well, I guess you probably have like sauna places in like the gym, or do you have is it a sauna house? Do you have sauna houses? Like the way Japan has those ryokans and spas and stuff. And I guess when you think about it, LA has more cars than people. if I'm not wrong about the statistic, LA is a very car-oriented city, so I guess it would make sense that there are things that there are extras of. That's a crazy fact. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I guess that means if I ever do make my way to Finland, there's a way for me to stay warm. I'll just hop in a sauna. I can't remember the last time I was in a sauna. Probably when I had visited the day spa, I don't know, like 15 years ago. I haven't done one in a long time. I think I did one for my bachelorette party. It's a tiny bachelorette party. It's just like me and 3 other ladies. And we did it at a day spa. But I don't think we did a sauna then. I think we did like mani-pedis. Yes, lots of floating saunas too, just out on the lakes and rivers. Wow! That's a thing to imagine. Floating saunas. I'll have to do more research about the weather in Finland. I am very bad about doing weather research for travel. I have brought my family to Las Vegas in summer when the temperature got to like 120 degrees Fahrenheit. I brought them to New York and Washington DC in winter when it was super cold, but I had legitimate reasons. There was events going on for Christmas in New York, and Washington DC was not far away, so I was like, oh, we'll just stop by and go see the stuff that you've always wanted to do. But my family, also being in California, weren't big fans of the cold, and they said they threatened not to let me plan travel anymore because I'm so bad at remembering that weather is a thing. So I had to do some research on Finland's weather. It's just, weather is not something I'm used to considering, which is why I'm going to 2 super cold places in January, and I've done so for many years. But that's because they have fun puzzle events also. It's an excuse. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, let's do this a little more systematically. Here's the picture. There's a lot of brown today. And we'll get the trees up here out of the way. The first couple of times when all the puzzle friends went to St. Paul for Winter Carnival, we actually took the time to go see the winter festivities. Like there's like an ice carving competition. I think there's ice houses, but that was further out, and I didn't have a car, so I didn't join them for that. But yeah, I suppose when winter is seriously well, what's the word for it? It's just when it's really extreme. You find a way to make the best of it, right? Enjoy it instead of being sad about it. There's no point making yourself miserable. If winter is going to be there no matter what, let's find a way to celebrate it and enjoy it. Okay. So these lights, best excuse. Yep, I agree with that. Let's see. Wait, no. What am I doing here? Okay, so this is the barrel. The couple is here, just enjoying their winter sauna. There's lights. Oh, the lights are part of the building right here. Okay. All right. That helps a little. Oh, this is the bottom where the ladder is. Actually, I believe my in-laws have a hot tub on their property that I've never used. I don't like getting cold, so getting wet usually means getting cold. I guess that will be the California version of a sauna. Well, as close as we get. But yes, these people are entering the tub in swimwear. brave people. Let's finish up the edge. It'll make things a little easier. The Reverie puzzles have been really pretty so far, but that's the size that they are at, the tiny size, makes it a little bit more challenging. I've noticed it takes me longer to put them together because of the size. The full-size Reveries are really nice to handle because they have the non-glare surface as well. There are more brands nowadays that are making puzzles with this non-glare surface, which is lovely. I remember the first one that I knew of was Art and Fable, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is so special! It's like got no glare. It's this velvet touch surface," and it was so awesome. And I'm really happy now that many other brands are following suit. Okay, I guess the only thing is that Reverie being an Australian brand, it's expensive to get hold of in the US. Okay, there's a wreath here. And here. So much snow. After Christmas, I'm actually going to the desert with friends who live in Boston. And now it makes sense to me because they are probably trying to escape the cold weather. But to me, it's just, well, traveling to the desert, it seems like a total normal thing to do. But we're going to stay at an escape room Airbnb, so that's going to be fun. And I'm sure my family is grateful that I'm not making them go somewhere super cold to travel. Let's see. Okay, so the slightly grey pieces all belong on this side. I'm certainly getting my money's worth out of this puzzle. Everything's wood. Everything's planks going one way or another. Let's just finish with a last bit of leaves. And the shadow of the eaves. Okay, this part has a bit of the wreath. I still have to finish decorating my house. I pulled out the Christmas ornaments and I pulled out the decor, but they're still sitting in their boxes in the living room. I won't show it to you. It's messy. I'll post a picture when everything's finished. I will probably do it later today before we go to see our family. And here we go. Christmas sauna in Finland. And thank you for giving us the insight about how it really is in Finland, and happy Finnish Independence Day to Nikita. So we have two left. This one's the Aldi. My reminder here, do it on even days. So today is 6, we'll do the third puzzle. Okay. Pop this out. Ooh, it looks like it's a postcard to Santa. And it's shiny red, it's so pretty. Let's see. Oh, it's got the airmail edge around the postcard. I remember when I was little, we used to buy these aerograms. They were made of super thin paper, and they were already pre-printed with like the airmail edge. And then after you wrote a letter inside, and after you folded it into three, and there were these flaps that you glue down, and it was ready to mail. And it was used especially for mailing airmail, which, like, if you were sending something to a foreign country. And at the time, I had relatives living in other countries, family who had moved. So we wrote letters like that pretty often. I guess long distance was a lot more expensive then. I haven't seen any of those forever. I think like probably with the advent of email, nobody writes old-fashioned paper letters as much anymore. There's something cookie related going on here. Don't know why it's not matching. Okay, let's have about the words, the red words. Also, mailing things to other countries have just gotten so expensive, much more than it used to be. Which is odd considering that, like, packages, a lot of package shipping is still going on. But yeah, personal packages, in my experience, when I get priced at a post office for them, it's like, that's a lot just to mail a tiny little box, but it's what it is. Let's see. Oh, that says North Pole, of course. Here we go. North Pole. And what is that doing there? Perhaps this says Santa? Santa Claus? Looks like a lot of letters. A-U-S. There's S. Here we go. That's taking shape. C-L. Cursive. Well, it's not true cursive, but like a font like this is very hard to read for puzzling. But that's just part of the challenge. Aha. Santa. What's happening here? Some flourishy thing. Nope. What am I looking at? Oh, from. Oh, sure, it's not from Santa Claus, it's to Santa Claus. Let's see, is it to as well? This is up here. That doesn't belong that way. It is from Santa Claus. Okay, North Pole. What's this shiny thing? Those were cheaper post to very thin, very light. Yes. I remember them being so, like, almost fragile to handle. But I don't feel like they exist anymore. I haven't ever seen one. I wonder if I go to the post office and ask. I'm sure I could look online. But, you know, it was a nice little thing that existed. Pity it's gone away. Oh, where is this going? Oh, right here. Alright, do I have any more of this shiny red thing? Is this a bell? What's this? Oh, it's a sleigh! Okay, so we have a little shiny sleigh. I don't know how that fits in with the rest of this puzzle yet. Oh, we've got a whole edge that looks exactly the same as everything else. So we got to... Is it not a sleigh? It's a Santa hat. There we go. Oh, this is the stamp. So the franking should go on the outside. The stamp is pink. All right, that's making sense to me now. And there we go. And that's a little bit of this. Here's it goes from Santa Claus. I still question the logic of it coming from Santa Claus if it's going to the North Pole. Wouldn't you be writing to Santa? Isn't Santa the one that gets all the mail from kids, sending them their Christmas lists? Let's finish this up before I decide. Alright, so there's some plain pieces. Let's put the hat. Let's put the plain pieces. Hopefully there won't be too many false fits. Alright, this one goes here. Then this is a tall one. I guess even if it's a false fit, would we know? Alright then, I'm just gonna fill those in. Okay. We'll flip this over and see if there's an issue here. There. Nope. And let's work from the corners. How about that? So this one's just a little bit of blue, and then this one's more of a red, and then a blank one, so maybe this here, and a bit of red. Let's put this in for now. Okay, it's just in and out, so. And we need a border here. That's not the right one. A corner, not that one either. That time lucky. I mean, that was the last choice, right? Does US Post still send mail to Santa in North Pole? That is a very good question. I mean, I know they used to accept letters from little kids, right? I honestly don't know if it's still a program anymore. I never hear about it. And honestly, with everything that's been going on with the post office of late, it wouldn't surprise me that program is gone now. But that used to be, oh wait, that's a false fit, because I can see there's a little bit of blue in there. So that should go there. Alright, from Santa Claus. I think the back was just plain. I wonder if I can actually pick this up. Yeah, it's plain grey. Okay, I'm not going to flip it over. So, let me pull that board over that has the others. Here we go. Again, gotta be very careful with these. If I drop these, I'll be sad. Let's see if I can start this off. Wait, I want to do the shredder first. See, this is how dangerously I like to live, and that's how I dropped pieces the other day. Thanks. Oh, my arm's getting tight. Hang on a second. Let's move this up a little. I'll fix that in a second. Let's just get this on the board. I'm going to need another board in a couple of days. But here we go. It's the 3 sweaters. Yes, it actually fits. And then the 3 different shaped puzzles. Although this one's a supposed cut shape. Oh, there we go. Interesting. The picture actually has like some shininess to it. Right. So, cool. And I'll do these puzzles again in a couple of days, because these are not 24 days, they're 12 and 15 days. And let's move this over there. Ooh. And back to our last one, which is Ravensburger. And yeah, so yesterday, the puzzle we did, I had one piece missing. It's hard to see in the stack, and I keep this in a box. And I saw there was someone on your chat, Nikita, that had an extra piece, but it wasn't the same piece that I'm missing. So, what's happening there? Okay, so number 6 today. It's USA, New York. Oh, hey, this was the thing I was talking about. It says Merry Christmas, but this is Rockefeller Center, I think. Well, it's a big ice skating rink, and there's a big city behind it. Well, it's not Rockefeller Center, because otherwise there'd be that big statue. I don't remember who the statue is of, but this big golden statue is right there at One Rockefeller Center. All right, let's open this. Maybe that it's like from a different angle. No, the statue and the tree are on the same side of the thing. So maybe this is just. It's close enough. It's the giant tree in New York. I've seen that giant tree, and I've like wondered how in the world they transport the tree. Like, apparently they do it on very big trucks over the streets into the city, and like there's this whole process they go through to find the tree for the year, because they have to get a really 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 big one. I mean, you've seen it in like movies and stuff because it's just so big and famous. I think one of the Marvel TV shows, the one, I forgot the name of it. It's the one where this teenage girl becomes the next Hawkeye or something. I think there's a scene in that place too with the tree. I'm really bad at remembering things like names. Catch you later, yeah. Thank you for joining, Strappo Jake. Hope to see you tomorrow or next week. At any rate, thanks. Have a wonderful weekend. And so, and some people are saying that now they just leave the edges, and since they're going to take them off anyway at the end, and to join up the pieces. But if I do that, would I still pick them up? Just to these puzzle. I mean, having done a few days of this advent calendar, I think I do agree with people that the fit's a little loose. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, it's looser than most Ravensburger puzzles. I wonder why they had to do that. Alright, where does it not fit? It does. That's just me not getting it right. Okay, so it's almost done. Yeah, that's New York. The mistletoe goes up in the center. Yeah, mistletoe again. All these recurring themes. And there's cookies down here. I know where all the pieces go for the puzzle. Now I know there's an orange piece here. And the ribbon is on the side. Not sure if it goes a bit more further up. I know there's a bow down here. And I think there's a candy cane here. Which these are the candy cane. I don't remember where that one goes. Okay, what do we have left? The fruit. The mistletoe. Okay, it goes to the side of that. Nope. Wait a minute. Okay, so this doesn't go here. Wrong orange. They already have that orange there. There. And that's that. It's funny, some of the Facebook groups I'm in that have jigsaw puzzle Facebook groups, people sometimes post missing pieces. They're like, I am missing this piece, or I have found this extra piece in my puzzle. Is anybody missing this piece? I mean, that's such a long shot, but stranger things have happened, haven't they? So we should, maybe I'll post in the Ravensburger group, like, was anybody in the advent calendar puzzle and is extra of this piece? So there we go. The skating in New York on Christmas, and Santa's there too. Maybe someday I'll do it. I don't think so. It's really really expensive to skate at Rockefeller Center, but maybe next week I'll be skating if my family's feeling up to it at the light festival that we go to. So that's just about an hour, and it's time for today. Thank you so much for hanging out. We did 8 puzzles together, and I've got a house to decorate and family to visit today, so it's going to be a busy day. I hope you have a fun weekend, or a restful one if that's what you're looking for. And as always, thank you for chatting. Let's see if we can. I had I had a postcard that I was using to shift this, but I don't know where I had left it. Can I do this? This is going to be so risky. There we go. Let's start a new stack there. Thanks for joining me, Nikita. And so here's the, I will put this off to one side. And I will be here same time tomorrow and every day next week too. It's good seeing everybody. Thank you, Dana. You have a good weekend too. And everybody else who didn't chat too, thanks for dropping by. Have a good weekend. Happy puzzling.